Friends, you don't want to quest anymore in Outland because zones are filled with new DKs and you get ganked by level 70 players because maybe it's fun and you kinda look for a challenge, then just do a solo Blood Furnance run as a DK. Stay tuned if you want to know how you can do it. And by the way, can we do a 50-50 here? A lot of you guys aren't subscribed yet, so maybe you enjoy my content, and if you want to help me reach my goal for this year, the 5k, I would be happy. Alright, let's jump right into the video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I did no script here, so excuse my English here, but I just wanna put the information out here. So, we're gonna start with the level range that you have to be, then with the gear, then with talents and the glyphs, and then I'm gonna talk about the details in the dungeon. So, level-wise, I would recommend you be like 61, 62. I did it with 60, but I wasn't really successful, so I changed to questing and leveling in Outland, so it was pretty much faster for me, so I went with them until I was like 62. Then I went back to Blood Furnance and I was really successful there. I didn't have any problems, so I would recommend you be like 62 because otherwise you get parried a lot, you're gonna miss a lot and stuff like that, okay? I'm pretty sure that there are amazing DKs out there. They can solo it with 59 maybe or whatever, but I wasn't really successful. So, and gear wise, I would recommend you guys, you can easily go with the blue gear, okay? The blue gear that you get from the DK starting zone, and that's completely enough. You don't need really enchantings on that. You can simply just go without any enchants, without no consumables. You don't need any consumables here. I only have like the leg enchant here, this 30 stamina, because I kind of like to have more HP, but I really don't need it. And Crusader, I like the Crusader enchant more than any rune forging that you get, except the rune forging that you can get with level 63. That is something like with parry. I think that's kind of good too, but otherwise you can go with Crusader. I paid like 170 gold for both, like the leg enchant and the weapon enchant, but like I said, you don't need it. You can just simply go into the dungeon and just solo it like you want, okay? Talents wise, I'm gonna link the talents in my info box down below so you can have a look on that one, but let's talk about this here. I went with expertise here, veteran of the third war. I kind of think expertise is really important because your death strike isn't really a spell, it is a weapon hit, okay? And weapon hit scales with expertise. On the low rating you don't need really much, but it's good to have one because otherwise if they're gonna parry your death strike, well, you not get any heal out there, okay? And then you're gonna fall back and then you're gonna die and then you're gonna lose a track, you're gonna lose experience per hour, which is not really good and not really the way you should level here. And be fast, just be fast, okay? Glyph wise, I have the glyph of death strike. This one is really good and I think a mandatory glyph, and then I have glyph of disease. I don't have minor glyphs because I didn't find anything in the auction house, or it was just too expensive, so I couldn't afford it really. Let's talk about the rotation I'm doing. I start always with icy touch, then I'm going with plague strike, and then it depends. If the enemy is close to me, I'm going with death strike. If both are close to me, I'm going with pestilence to spread out my diseases so I can heal myself with the other guy. Be aware that you have your pestilence always up, okay? Otherwise you can't really heal yourself with death strike. So this one is really important, guys. Maybe get a nameplate or whatever to track your debuffs on the enemies. If you are likely to lose the track on the enemy's normal unit plate, otherwise you are good to go. Then I'm changing. For normal DPS I'm using Heart Strike, and then I'm changing again to Death Strike. Blood Tap is kind of your VIP spell here, okay? I'm using Blood Tap already sometimes when I'm 70% of my HP. Well, it depends. If I can allow me to do a Blood Tap, then I'm gonna do it. And like I said, I kind of try to have a fast runs, and I sometimes pull with like 70 HP. You don't have to be like always 100% HP. Then you have on level 62 Icebound Fortitude. This one will reduce your damage by 30% and you are immune to stun. I literally can understand how you guys, like, how can someone design something like that? That's impossible. Still a overpowered class, guys. And then you have Vampiric Blood, which is a nice HP shot, if you can call it like that, and it's a nice defensive cooldown, so you can use that. I wouldn't go with Death and Decay if you're gonna fight against 3 or 2 mobs. I literally would use Blood Boil or something like that. Death and Decay, you have to kind of manage your runes and your runic power. Try to not go below 20 runic power with Death Coils. If you are above 30 runic power, like 50, 40 or stuff like that, you can use your death coil to damp it a little bit, but otherwise try to have like 20 or 30 runic power. That's all there is to it. That's all that you have to know. And guys, believe me, if I can do it, you guys can do it too.
you.